Greetings, greetings, greetings. This is Revere Sky, Revere Sky's Essence. So, let's talk about the economic crisis of the United States, okay? Now, an economic crisis will start where you will actually see it on a whole nother level is dealing with the trucking system. Now, people listen to a viral video that said that death will cause the trucks to shut down. That's not the case. That is not the case. What's what's going to happen is the parts for these trucks. These new trucks are so sensitive. They need sensors, they need chips, they need parts. So if something's not functioning properly, the computer is going to shut the truck down. To keep these trucks rolling, you would have to delete certain things on the truck and out of the computer so that the computer will bypass the problematic area. Okay, that's just like you have a computer and you want to bypass something on your computer at home, your laptop or your phone. If you want to bypass it, you got to delete the programming out of it. So this economic crisis is going to happen with the mechanics of the truck. You'll have more people having DEF or DEF sensors going out on their trucks, especially Freightliner. You have to research the 18-wheelers and what goes out on them first. Volvos, the electronics go out on the Volvo first. The Freightliner, the DEF sensor and the everything dealing with the regen goes out on them first. International, the Pro Stars, they could get faulty after a while. Peterbilts are pretty good, except for I don't really know about the new Peterbilts. And the T6, what are they? Kenworth new trucks. I'm starting to see a lot of them towed. But this is the key. The mechanics that they're paying to do service on these trucks, are just parts people. They just remove parts. That's all they do. Remove parts, and put new parts on. They're not real mechanics. They don't know about diagnosing the vehicles. Okay? Another thing, Volvos. It's not the time to buy Volvos because Volvo is just like Tesla. You only can buy parts for Volvo from Volvo. And it may take you, if a person's about to work on your truck, it may take a day to get the part or longer. You have to go to a Volvo to buy parts for Volvo. Also, you're not going to have a problem with the diesel and the DEF. Also, research people who make DEF in the United States. Okay? Truck drivers say that there are factories that make DEF in the United States, so research that. The thing about this mechanics, though, a truck can be down for something so simple, but if they don't have the sensor for it, you're going to have problems. If they don't have the parts to the exhaust, you're going to have problems. If they don't have filters, you're going to have problems. The computer is so sensitive. It's only going to tolerate so much soot levels, and then that truck is going to slow down to 55 miles per hour. It's warning you, and then it's going to slow down to around about 20 miles per hour. So if the mechanics can't get the parts, if the mechanics don't even know how to diagnose the issue, and if certain sellers only allow like Volvo, you to buy parts specifically from them, you're going to have problems. You're going to have major problems. Not only that, these mechanics, they service these trucks for the money. Just like any mechanic dealing with a car, they service the truck for the money, but they never fix the issue. So sooner or later, it's going to be a lot of trucks that are down, and no mechanics can truly, thoroughly diagnose them to get them operating on the road under code. So it's going to be a lot of trucks trying to operate on the road that are not up to code. If they don't have parts, people are going to start bypassing functions on these trucks. I'm going to tell you something. When they came out with the DEF sensor and the regen sensor, people were losing thousands and thousands of dollars with the regen sensor and with the DEF sensors, okay? The DEF sensors kept reading that the trucks did not have DEF in them and they were full. So the mechanics will fail on these trucks before they stop selling diesel and before they stop selling DEF. Okay? The mechanics will fail on these trucks so easily. Okay? The computer will shut these trucks down if there's a component not functioning properly. The computer is designed to protect the truck from destroying itself. Okay? So when they added a brain to these trucks, they messed them up. Okay? When the mechanics fail in these trucks, let's say you got a trucking company with over 3,000 trucks, okay? You're going to have trucks break down, and they're still at the mechanic shop waiting on parts for 2 and 3 months. All the backup old trucks are being used, okay? So when all the backup old trucks are being used, the new trucks, they're going to take those people with the trucks that are broke down and put them in the reserve trucks. Sooner or later, there won't be any more reserve trucks. These trucks are not being fixed fast enough. Mechanically, there are going to be a lot of problems. Part shortages. Technicians that don't have enough skills to diagnose the problem. See, these technicians are used to swapping out a bunch of parts and charging you a bunch of money until they get the problem fixed, right? But if they don't have the parts to even do that, if they don't have the sensors to even do that, what are they going to do? These trucks are being down 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 3 months, 4 months. I know a guy right now, they done put 3 used motors in his truck, and he's going on his 4th month and still hasn't got his truck back. Luckily, he owns his truck, and luckily he owns his house. Otherwise, he'll be up shit creek. So it's a bunch going on. It's a bunch going on. You just have to be very, very mindful. The economic crisis is going to start when trucks cannot travel. When trucks cannot travel, that's when the economic crisis is going to happen. When these trucks simply can't get a sensor, when these trucks simply can't get an oil change, when they probably could run on a bad oil for a while, but they can't run without that new air filter. They can't run without that new gas filter, that gasoline filter, and the sensors. There are so many sensors on the truck that cost them so much money. They started deleting. They started deleting things like the regen system. They started deleting things like the DEF sensor, just so they can make money and make ends meet, because the systems are faulty already. And these faulty systems are really causing problems. And now that there's going to be a part shortage, faulty systems are going to cause more problems. So you're going to start seeing downtime on trucks going on 3 and 4 months, and you don't know who's stocking up on these parts. You know what I mean? You got to think about all the trucking companies that are government rated. What I mean by government rated, meaning they use government funding to even exist. And all these trucking companies that use government funding to exist, like FEMA can come take over them, like Landstar, right? During Katrina, FEMA took over Landstar, okay? They gave the company back, but they took over. So you have to think, like, people are stocking up on parts, like these governmental trucking companies are stocking up on parts. So if for any reason a trucking company use governmental governmental funding and programs to exist, 9 out of 10 these companies have already stocked up on stuff to keep their trucks running. It's for real. So know that you're not gonna have to worry about diesel and DEF going out. It's gonna be simple as a sensor not available. It's gonna be simple as not being able to overhaul a motor. It's gonna be as simple as a truck being down 3 or 4 months, and that's gonna cause more problems. Diesel is gonna be too high to deliver milk. Diesel is gonna be too high to deliver a lot of this knockoff 99-cent stuff. You know how you have a lot of bull crap just going up and down the highways? Like, who shipped all this trash? Like, who shipped all this junk? Like, who's gonna buy all this junk? Like, all them plastic toys and stuff they be sending from China. You like, quit shipping it. Quit shipping it. Like, why are you even shipping it? It's so much more important stuff that needs to be shipped. Don't bring no more toys over here. Don't bring no more plastic. We need plastic bags. We need plastic sandwich bags and stuff. We don't need no more toys. We don't need no more 99-cent toys, no more Dollar Tree toys, none of that. We need candles. We need stuff. We need other stuff. We don't need that no more. That stuff should not be going up and down the highway. Nobody should not be trying to sell toys. All I can say is be mindful. Be mindful. It's not going to happen. It is not going to happen the way you think it's going to happen. They're not going to stop the diesel. They're not going to stop the DEF. Trucks are going to be down. They're not going to be able to be serviced. If they don't start back supplying the trucking dealers with the parts, you're going to have problems. These trucks just going to be down. And then it's going to be so bad that they're just going to be stuck on the side of the road, because no truck maintenance shop will have enough room to even bring the truck. There's not going to be any room. You need to go to KW. You need to go to Freightliner. You need to go to Volvo. There's going to be so many trucks down that they're not even going to have room for you to park the truck and wait on the parts. Your truck is going to be beside the road. So everybody need to be doubling up on their filters, their sensors, their belts. Like if you have an engine belt, even in your car, like listen to me now. Get the belt for your car. Get the sensor for your car. Get fuses. All those fuses you see in that breaker box, that fuse box, get it because you're gonna need it. You're definitely gonna need it. Definitely gonna need it. So just know the components that operate these trucks, the computers are gonna shut them down. And it won't be long. People have to get their trucks serviced for all types of problems. After 300,000 miles, them trucks start having all types of problems. Malfunctions, this, that, and the other. You even have simple stuff like the seat belt. When you click the seat belt down, the thing still be beeping. Beep, 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 like you never clicked the seat belt down. You know why? Because the sensor gone in the seat belt click. So you'll be amazed at how faulty these things will go. They'll just start messing up. They'll start messing up. They'll start having problems. So the economic crisis will not be your gas, will not be your diesel. But like I say, when diesel go up, they have to go up on the price of the load. And then when they have to go up on the price of the load, they have to go up on the price of the product that's going to be on the shelf. So since they got to go up on the price of the product that's going to be on the shelf, milk, a gallon of milk is going to be like $7. They can't keep hauling the milk for the same price they've been selling it for. The price of the milk has got to be the same price as the gallon of the gas or the diesel. They just can't do it. 1 gallon of water is 8 pounds. 1 gallon of diesel is 8 pounds. A truck fully loaded, max gross at 80,000 pounds, can only go 5 miles to the gallon. So you do the math. You got to take something 500 miles. That's going to take 100 gallons. That's $600 just in fuel. You got to pay the person who driving. You got to pay the company. That's not including making enough money to pay for the maintenance of the truck and the insurance and to operate the overcost of the whole business. I'm telling you, y'all money right now, while it's still spendable, is only worth 50 cents each dollar. And remember, Bitcoin, I said it before, when you put $1 in Bitcoin, it's only worth like 0.0001. Like, do you know how many point zeros you got to go to? Do you know how many point zeros you got to go to just to get $1 on Bitcoin? Do the math. Go to Cash App and transfer $1 to Bitcoin and see what you be dealing with. Transfer $1 to Bitcoin and see how much money you get. You're not going to get much. So yeah, the economic crisis will start with these trucks not being able to function properly. It won't be the diesel. It won't be the DEF. It will be the mechanics of the truck not having access to parts, not having access to fuses, not having access to sensors, not having mechanics with enough expertise to diagnose the problem. Okay? Not maintaining the truck so that they can be up to code and work with the computer and operate with the computer properly. Okay? Not only that, you're just gonna have people completely just shutting the trucks down. Like, you're gonna be wondering what's wrong with your truck. You're gonna be wondering what's wrong with your truck, and they probably just hit it on the computer and make it seem like something wrong with your truck. It ain't nothing wrong with your truck. They just cut it off at the source. You know, these trucks are remotely accessible. The same way they cut off your car if you don't pay your car note, the same way they could cut off your truck. And you'll think that your truck having a million problems and your truck ain't having no problems. They just cut it off at the factory. The factory has access to your truck. So it's just something to think about. Your economic crisis will not come from inflation. Your economic crisis will come from not having the parts available to fix these trucks and not having the right expertise to fix these trucks. Because remember, the people working on, the mechanics working on these trucks are just change parts. They don't know how to diagnose it. They'll clear out your faults on your computer and tell you, oh, everything's fine. And you'll go down the road 10 miles, 20 miles, and your lights will come back on. The engine lights will come back on. Okay? I've seen it too many times. I remember one time a boss man told me, I need you to go pick up this truck that's been serviced. I mean, he got me to drop a truck off, and then he got me to pick up a truck. I didn't even make it down the road 5 miles, and the truck was saying, stop, stop, pull over, stop, stop, pull over. And I called that mechanic shop, and I said, this truck is telling me to pull over. Y'all did not fix the issue. So these people, I mean, companies are spending thousands of dollars, and these people are not able to diagnose and pinpoint the actual problem to the truck. Ain't no telling what these companies are paying for. Yeah, like it's a big ripoff. It seems like each company needs a inspector to inspect the truck before it goes in the shop and inspect the truck after it comes out the shop, because I can't believe people waste that much money relying on mechanics that change parts but don't diagnose the trucks. And they add so many new features and so many new protocols to the computers to the point the computer can't even keep up with the cycles. So the computer may be reading one fault, but it could be something else wrong, but the other thing can't operate properly until you fix that problem. So you'll be changing the wrong parts and don't even know why. Promise you. It's just a big madness, a big chaos. So just know your economic crisis is going to come from these trucks not being able to move. And when these trucks can't move, you're not going to get what you need. Believe me, even Walmart, when them trucks stop running properly and there's no mechanic to actually fix them properly and diagnose them properly, and then the mechanic got to wait 2 and 3 weeks to get a part, you know what's going to happen? When that mechanic got to wait 2 or 3 weeks to get a part, he going to forget what he did. He going to forget where he left off at. Okay? It's going to be crazy. So, yeah, just like you got to take care of your vehicle, you got to stock up on stuff for your vehicles, Make sure you take care of your body and you stock up on stuff for your body, because your body, it's going to be a time when these hospitals don't have what it takes to take care of your body. They're not going to be able to sew you up and give you electric lights and stuff. You're going to have to know how to get them electric lights on your own. You're going to have to know how to take care of your body on your own. You're going to have to know how to clean and purify your blood on your own. You're going to have to know how to bring oxygen to your body on your own. So, just be mindful. They don't have to stop selling you fuel or death. These trucks are going to fail on their own. So there we have it. Unearth the magic. The truth will definitely set you free.